Section 3. You will hear two students, Sarah and Tom, discussing their report on the university's online library portal with their tutor, Dr. Miller. First, you have some time to look at questions 21 to 25.
Now listen carefully and answer questions 21 to 25. Hi, Sarah, Tom, please come in. I've had a chance to read through the draft of your report on improving the university's online portal. You've identified some very clear problems. Let's talk through your recommendations. Sarah, what was the first issue you tackled? Well, our main concern was with the general search bar. We found in our user tests that it consistently returned irrelevant results. For example, a search for a specific author would bring up books on a completely different subject. The system just doesn't seem to be filtering properly. I've experienced that myself. And what was your proposed solution? We don't think a small fix is enough. The core technology is outdated. Our primary recommendation is for the IT department to implement a new search algorithm altogether, one that's much more powerful and can understand user intent better. A major overhaul. Okay. Tom, what was the next problem you identified? We focused on academic research. The current system lumps everything together: books, ebooks, and journal articles. It's a real nightmare for postgraduate students who need to find specific papers. You have to wade through hundreds of book titles just to find one or two relevant articles. Yes, it's not very efficient. And your suggestion? We looked at other university portals, and the best ones have a separate area for academic papers, so we proposed that the university create a separate database for periodicals. This would allow students to search for journal articles exclusively. That seems very sensible. Let's move on to the more practical side of the portal. Sarah? We looked at the system for booking the small study rooms. The current list format is just terrible. You have to click on each room individually to see its availability, which is incredibly time-consuming. I agree, it's very clumsy. And your recommendation? We think a visual system would be much better. We've suggested they add a calendar-based interface. That way, users could see a weekly view at a glance and immediately identify the free slots for all the rooms. An excellent suggestion. Tom, what about accessibility? A huge number of students access the portal on their phones, but the website isn't optimized for mobile screens. The text is tiny and the menus are very difficult to navigate. While a better mobile website would be an improvement, we felt a more robust solution was needed. And that is... Our main proposal here is for the university to invest in and develop a dedicated mobile application. It would offer a much smoother and more user-friendly experience. A big investment, but likely a necessary one. Okay, and your final point. The final issue was with basic information. The page that lists the library's opening hours is often wrong, especially during holidays. It's a static page that someone has to remember to update manually. Yes, that causes a lot of frustration. Our solution is to get rid of the static page. We recommended a system that would allow library management to push real-time updates directly to the portal's homepage. So if the library has to close early for some reason, the change is reflected instantly. That's a great idea. It sounds like you have a very solid set of recommendations. Now let's talk about how you're going to present this.